Hello everyone, welcome to Era Military Collectibles for our live stream that should be on a Friday night, but we've moved it to Sunday due to family commitments and stuff like that. So we're just going to wait till we see when people start arriving and we'll see who's around. Yeah, so everything's working, everything seems to be live. So we'll just see when people start turning up. Hopefully because of the change of the date, some guys will start turning up. So we'll do an old roll call there when people start coming in. I do know I got a few messages off some of the regulars that said they would not be around tonight, but that's understandable. Jake, how are you? Evening, welcome to the live stream. Kenny, how are you? Military Collectibles, how are you? David, how are you? How are you all keeping? It's been a hectic few days here for me, with work-wise, but the collecting stuff still has improved as well over the few days. I made a few videos for Op Banner, and I have made a few videos for other items that will be coming up in the next few days. So how's everyone anyway? Cheers for the shout out in the last live stream. I have a good mate. I'm good, mate. Thanks. Hope all is well. Yeah, no problem, Jake. Guys, if any of you don't know who Jake Brown is there, go give him a shout or go give him a look at. He did his last video was a reproduction of an assault ration from World War II, and he basically tested it and ate it, and it looked good. So we're all good. Where were you on Friday, Ralph? I had to move from Friday, Ralph, until Sunday for this week only due to my work schedule. So from next week on, we will be back on Friday at 8 o'clock. Do you need anything for your East German dress uniform? I need a belt. I need a belt frame. I need to get a brown belt frame and a buckle. And I'm not sure if he had a pistol holder, but or a pistol holster. You see pictures of them with them and without them. This week I was concentrating on. I was actually messaging Jake. I was messaging some other people. I'm trying to concentrate on World War II stuff because I'm trying to get that impression finished. Well, finished to a degree. Another chap who is a subscriber was on to me, and he's after getting me a large belt and large suspenders for my set of webbing. Now, I do have a set of webbing that is hanging on the back of the chair here for me, but I want to try and have a early war pattern and a late war pattern, depending which I'm doing, because the regiment that I portray to do is the Royal Ulster Rifles, or the regiment that I plan on doing is the Royal Ulster Rifles, and they were involved in the BEF, and they were also involved in D-Day, and uniquely with the Royal Ulster Rifles, one battalion was glider airborne infantry, and the other was just regular infantry. So that's why I'm picking that regiment, because plus they're Irish. You can cover a multitude of the history, and I've also started as well trying to get my First World War Royal Munster Fusiliers impression back together again as well. So I've been looking at retailers and stuff like that of uniforms for First World War. So the questions are coming in here now. We have a quick look. Can't help with that. Was more meaning rank or marksmanship awards. Well, I don't have. He doesn't have any awards on him at all. Somebody was telling me that I do need to put a leadership, because he's a lieutenant, pretty much a lieutenant. I need to put a leadership lanyard on him, but I don't have one of them neither. And David is drinking gin. What are the rest of you having? I'm sure somebody's having DDRT there as well. Somewhere. Ralph, perhaps there are DDR belts on eBay. Yeah, I will definitely look on eBay. As I said, I'm trying to concentrate on the World War II stuff at the minute. Belt and braces are in holding pattern. Thanks very much, David, for getting on to me. You were going to a show, and we'll look out that. I saw Royal Ulster Rifles dress belt today at Booty. Today, a beauty. Yeah, the Royal Ulster Rifles have a very interesting history. They were pretty much risen after the partition of the country. You did have some Irish regiments around the time, the Queen's Royal Irish Hussars, you had the Royal Irish Fusiliers, the Royal Ulster Rifles, the Irish Guards. So they fought in Korea also as well, and I believe some of them were involved in the Malayan emergency. And I'm not sure if they were in Oman, or in Aden. I know the Irish Guards were involved in Aden. There was a few Irish Guards. I think there was 8 Irish Guards killed in operations in Aden and Oman at that moment in time. Have you ever heard of Andrew Mullo, the book writer? No, I haven't. I haven't heard of him, Ralph. Sorry. Don't think about the NCO. Don't think about the NCO rank can wear. Think above NCO rank can wear marksmanship. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, no. Apparently, there's like a leadership qualification that he's supposed to wear. But I don't know. We'll have to do a bit more looking into it. Dave is the guy to ask there in relation to DDR stuff, and Stan if he was around. But Stan, I think, is not around today. Love from London. Thank you very much. So yeah, so that's it. I've completed a video on this chap, but I've put a second section together because I managed to get a half mannequin, a bust or tailor's type mannequin, to fit it with the Greenfinch uniform. And if any of you don't know who the Greenfinches are, the Greenfinches were the female Royal Ulster Defence Regiment personnel. They got the nickname the Greenfinches because of their uniform, and you will see in the video why they're called the Greenfinches. And Oberleutnant would likely have no awards, as they would be straight out of university with no service. They quickly moved on to lieutenant. Okay, perfect. Andrew Murray was a military advisor in various film productions such as The Eagle Has Landed, The Keep. He was a lot of knowledge on uniforms. Okay. Military man, hello, how are you? Yeah, I've been doing some reading as well. I have mainly World War II books and stuff like that. I was trying to track down how far have you got with the small kit era World War II. I'm pretty much finished my small kit. I just have 1 or 2 small little pocket fillers that I want to get. I'm going to try and put a wallet together with you can get some reproduction money just to have it off. Maybe a pack of cigarettes if I can get them, an authentic lighter, small change, things like that. But the actual hold all itself, the haversack, I'm missing toothpaste out of my hold all or my wash roll. That's about it. Everything else I have the razor, the soap, toothpaste. I don't have toothpaste, so that will be going in it. And then it's just small little bits like that, just for pocket fillers and stuff like that. I did do an update on everything in my hold all and haversack and stuff like that. The next part of that will be the uniform, because personally myself, I enjoy putting the small parts of a collection together. And when you're talking about the uniform and things like that, they're big enough parts, and they're easy to get. Whereas there's more fun trying to put the small kit together. In relation to razors, toothbrushes, things like that. Where have we gone? Ashley, hello sir, how are you? Kenny, I got a Markspear radio aerial pouch with SLR bandolier today for tenner. Very good. The British bandoliers are different to the American ones. The American ones in Vietnam had 7 holders, and after that they went to 5. So that's how you can tell the difference between a an American bandolier and a British bandolier, or sorry, a Vietnam bandolier post Vietnam only has 5. Up to in Vietnam they had 7, I believe. I got one of them here handy. I do have one of them handy. Now this is my Vietnam bandolier, and it is dated 74, November 74. See it there. So it's just at the end of the Vietnam period, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's got 7, and after that they had 5. And I've got these movie prop magazines. They're just timber blocks that have been made for movies and things like that. And then they're all inside in what's this thing is known as a Chu Hoi bag. This was basically a safe passage, that if a guy wanted to defect from the North Vietnamese army, he could get one of these. They would drop one of these on the ground. If he had one of these, then it was basically a safe passage through American lines to hand himself in. So that's what a Chu Hoi bag is, and you see that a lot. That's a common thing to keep the ammunition dry and stuff. The lads will put them in Chu Hoi bags. So that's my Vietnam bandolier. Mine's got 589 dated. Yeah, so that would be definitely after Vietnam. So, and is it 5 or 7 pockets on it, if you remember? Good magazines. Yeah, they're good magazines, David. Thank you. So yeah, so that's my bandolier, and then you see them with a knot usually in them, so because they are very long. So the guys would tie them up just to make them a bit shorter. You normally see guys with 2 of them, and it was a good way to carry ammunition. Initially, the rounds just came in strips in these, and then the lads would have to put them into the magazines. So they learned it fairly quick to do it the other way. Put the magazines into the actual bandolier itself, and have them that way. So that's a good way to store them. They'd have them in the ammunition containers with the straps facing up like that, and then the lads would literally just pull the straps and take out the bandolier ready to go. So that's that done. Just asking, have you seen my latest video? I haven't, Military Man. I need to catch up on stuff. I've literally been busy with the week for the week, so I haven't caught up on much. The last video I seen was probably last weekend, so I need to catch up on an awful lot of stuff. Sorry about that, but I will get around to them. I do subscribe to a lot of you that most of you, I think everyone there I have subscribed to that does have a channel. And then this was finished as well. You've all been wanting to see this. This was the East German DDR restoration project, completely finished. I have put more dubbing and leather conditioner on the chin strap, and it has got a lot more supple. I'm doing that now, but I've done it twice since I have it. Sorry, 3 times since I finished the helmet. So there you go. That's the DDR helmet, and it was dated 58, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1958 was the date that I found on it when we were doing it up. I did get an email during the week that my parts for this restoration project are on the way. So that's one good thing. Andrew Molo also was involved in the reenactment movie It Happened Here, made in the UK in 1964 about 1940 invasion of Britain. He was 16 when he worked on the film. Oh, very cool. I must look him up. Nice lady. Yeah, the cool DDR helmet. Yeah, that was the finished restoration project. So yeah, it came out well. And as you all voted, we're not touching this one. This is the other civil defense or yeah, civil defense. It's not military quality because of the 3 holes here in it. That can go up to 4, I believe, which just is an indication of what type of steel that was used. So when you see these, they've normally been given to rear echelon, even troops. I believe I have somebody notified me that they were given to troops, the likes of anti-aircraft gunners and things like that back in the UK during the Blitz. And the better quality ones would have been handed out to frontline infantry guys. So yeah, so that's been left alone. It's not been touched. Ralph, yes, you are right, sir. Evening all, Jim. How are you, Jim? Jim Timbers in. And we did do a bit more research on this. This is actually a World War II headset. Well, I was showing it to you last week. I actually thought it was a later pattern, but when I actually did looking at it, it is actually a 1940s headset. And it has been, throughout the years, had been updated and stuff like that. So, yeah, so it is a World War II era headset, which is fantastic for my World War II collection that I'm trying to build up as well at the minute. I'll send you a couple of photos of my wallet. Perfect, Jack. Yeah, perfect. That'll be cool. Thanks. You have to check that out. Military collectibles. Have you seen the latest Whitman military video on YouTube? Was that the unboxing one or the one? There's an Australian dude that uses his videos to show people forgeries and counterfeits and stuff like that. I can't remember which, but it was a Whitman video. It was at the unboxing. But when you're talking about the likes of Whitman and stuff like that, some of the equipment that he deals with and some of the stuff that he has is way outside my price range, way outside most people's price range. So yeah. What is the earliest military item in my collection? I have a Bible that was carried by a family member during the First World War, and it is dated. I suppose it's not technically military, but it is military because I know it was carried during the war, and it is dated there. See it there at the bottom, 1884. So that would be the oldest thing that I have in my collection. It was a little pocket Bible that was carried by my great grandfather during the First World War. He was a professional soldier in the Royal Munster Fusiliers. He fought in India in 1902, and he fought the entirety of the First World War as well with the Royal Munster Fusiliers. He lied about his age when he joined up. He was only 13 or 14 or something like that initially back in somebody's in a hurry, 1901 or 1900 or something like that when he joined up. And he retired at the rank of a colour sergeant, I believe. God, what is the Whitman unboxing things? Correct. Yeah. I've seen one. I've seen a few of them. I haven't seen the last one. I seen he was unboxing daggers and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's sorry guys, I forgot to turn this off. Yeah, so that's yeah. So I haven't seen the latest ones, but the stuff that look, I obviously for knowledge and stuff like I enjoy watching those type of videos, but I would never be able to afford to any of the stuff that he's talking about, like some of the SS stuff and the daggers that he has and things like that. SA daggers, I wouldn't be able to afford any of it. Also, I have a bunch of decimal money, mainly change. I might be able to send over to you. Oh, perfect, Jay. Thanks. Yeah. If any of you ever want to donate anything to the channel, I've said this before, or if any of you want me to do a video on something and then me return it, on top of all my video descriptions, there will be an email. There is an email. You can always get in contact with me with that. And I do answer all the emails. It might take me a while to do it, but I do answer them all. I'll have a dig around. Perfect. The Bible might stop a splint round or shell splinter. I don't know, Dave. I don't want to try it. But yeah, it's a nice little piece of family history. That Bible might stop. Yeah. 1884 is also half a decent Argentinian beer. Ralph, a beautiful family piece. That Bible, yeah. Argentinian even, yeah. Yeah. So that's and then I do have this as well. It was given to me by my grandmother when he passed away. We don't know whether he met it over there or he met it when he got back, but it is a crucifix with the Royal Munster Fusiliers cap badge on it. Piece of trench art. And you can see at the back of it, it's literally just, he literally just drilled a hole somehow and put a piece of metal on it. And I don't know how he soldered the bullets together, but they're definitely it's definitely a homemade job, like. But yeah, it's a nice little piece of family history as well. I guess when you're facing bombs and bullets and gas, an awful lot of guys turn back to religion and things like that. So if I give him a bit of comfort, I don't see a reason why not. So yeah. Royal Munster Fusiliers were dissolved in 1922, with most of the other. Yes, they were dissolved in 1922. That's why the Royal Ulster Rifles was actually formed, because at that time, every province or every area in Ireland had its own regiment. So you had the Connacht Rangers, the Leinster Regiment, the Royal Ulster Fusiliers, the Royal Munster Fusiliers, the Dublin Fusiliers. Then you had the North Irish Horse, South Irish Horse. You had the Guards Regiment as well, from the Irish Guards from 1902. You had the Royal Irish Regiment that could recruit across the country. There was lots of different regiments. I think there was 17 of them, or 17 or 18 of them, or so, Irish regiments when they were disbanded in 1922. And then they only kept the Royal Irish Fusiliers, the Royal Irish Regiment, the Royal Irish Fusiliers, the Irish Guards, and then the Royal Ulster Rifles, what became the Royal Ulster Rifles. And then you had the Enniskillen Dragoon Guards and the Enniskillen Fusiliers. Were two other regiments that were Irish as well. Nice trench art piece, yeah. My great grandfather served in the Royal Munster Fusiliers in the Great War as a band's member. That's very interesting. He probably couldn't quite possibly have known my great grandfather as well. So it's a very interesting piece of history. Were the British uniforms worn in North Africa also worn in India during World War II? Were the British uniforms worn in North Africa worn in India during World War II? That no, I don't know. I know they had specific jungle fatigues and things like that. And I know when they were in North Africa, they had what was called Airtex type uniforms, which was, but he was not Irish. Yeah, it doesn't have to. You don't. There's lots of. Sorry, I'll get back to the first question. Yeah, the Airtex material. I don't know if there was the same uniforms that they would have used in India as that they would have used in Africa. I don't know. I presume when they were in India, they would have been a bit more greener rather than the tan that they would have used in Africa. But I don't know. Yeah, there's an awful lot of. See that there's obviously when the war carried on or things like that. They were literally just taking drafts in from anywhere. You didn't have to be Irish to be in a regiment. There was Irish guys in other regiments. It literally, wherever there was vacancies and wherever they needed guys, they would send you. Have you got any buns hanger for the East German helmet? No, I don't actually have a hanger. Or for the East German uniform, I just put it on a normal hanger and throw it into the wardrobe. So yeah. So we were talking about this last week. Because somebody was trying to swap me something for it, so I decided to keep it. My G3, Heckler & Koch G3, and the reason that I have this is because a subscriber is sending me a reproduction that he's not using anymore, reproduction Rhodesian uniform. So I plan on trying to put a reproduction or a representation for a mannequin of the Rhodesians, because I do have a pattern 70 South African webbing set. So yeah, so I can use that, or I can use this, the SLR, which were both carried and both used by the Rhodesians during the Bush Wars. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my decision. Where have we gone? Kenny. Kenny's laughing anyway. I had a World War One RAMC trench art cartridge ashtray. I got it at a World War One living history group that displayed as that decor several years ago back in a military reenactor show, which was the... Oh, cool. I do actually have a... If I can find it. I do actually have a shell, and it's a prime example of something being over polished. You can barely make it out. It is an original trench art item, and it's Great War 1914 to 1919, which some people say was actually the end of the war, was 1919. Yeep, Velkerbury Pike, and Vimmer. I can't make them out. And then there's like rose petals up along here. But this is obviously set on somebody's mantelpiece for years and has been polished to bits. So it's a prime example of, if you can barely make it out, there's actually two flags up here. If you can see them, there's two flags on the top. They've nearly been polished out. So it's another piece of trench art I have. Yes, British uniforms worn in North Africa were also worn in India, were general purpose tropical tunics. Okay, very good. I didn't know that now. 19th century onwards is when the jungle greens became more widespread in the Far East, but the standard KDs were used among them till the end of the war, but mainly rear line units. Military man understood. The British Army issued KD to North Africa and the Far East. Later, jungle greens were used in the Far East. Yeah, so we've answered that question as well. So yeah, so that has been. They're just some little interesting pieces. I was sort of cleaning out my just little shall we say military documents and bits and bobs that I have, pocket fillers and stuff like that. And I did do a video on these, but I possibly will. They're actually Communist Party books. For those of you that are into the Cold War era type stuff. They're little Cold War or identity books. Military Collectibles actually did a fantastic video on these. So I have a male gentleman and I have a female gentleman. Now I have a friend of mine who's Polish, and he believes this woman is actually Polish. She has a Polish name. So I'm trying to find somebody who can translate Russian to find out what they actually say. So yeah. So there we go. And I do actually have as well a paybook, a British Army paybook. That was what I was trying to find it, because I was trying to look up videos on YouTube and stuff on how to fill them out and put information in them, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, it's here actually. Paybook for my World War II impression. I'm missing one part of it. There is a second part of it that I don't have at the minute. But I was looking on YouTube to try and see if anyone had done a video on how to fill it out. And what's needed, what information is needed to put in it, but I couldn't find any information on it. So if any of you have any information, or if you have any original playbooks that you can send me pictures of, that I can, I'm not going to, I just want to have it, rather than having it and showing it at to a school group or to a member of the public at a show or something, have it empty. I just want to have something inside in it, really, and I'd rather have it done correctly as well. So yeah, so that's it at the minute. And then my other World War II item, well, I won't say my other World War II item, but another World War II item is my spike bayonet for the Mark IV. That will be used also on my uniform. So, where have we gone? Where have we gone? A bunch hanger is a small shield-shaped piece of leather and has an embroidered, enameled badge or unit on it, which is attached to the right breast pocket. No, I don't. There's nothing. He has literally nothing on him. He has nothing at all on him. This is attached. Yeah, there is nothing at all on that man at all. That East German soldier. He's literally just got his hat, his tunic, his rank marking, his shirt, tie, pants. That's it. Plain as the day he came into the world. That is a French thing. The BW adopted. Whoa, your card calling Kimmy. Huh? I don't know what that means. It's a Russian thing. Yip was nevertheless called Wipers from 1914 to 1980. Well, yeah, it was called Wipers. They couldn't pronounce Yip or Yeepers, so they call it Wipers. That's very. Hello, I'm back. Dutch, how are you? Welcome back, Dutch. We haven't seen you in a while. We are just filling in until you got here. Yeah, we were, Dutch. We were literally just, we were waiting on you. Nothing else was happening. But there is if I can find it, there's a book I was reading there during the week, and I actually picked it up out of sorry. I don't know where this came out of, or I think it was given to me as a present by someone, and it's Warrior and Weapons, but there's two parts to it. And I just happened to, I had it on my bookshelf for ages, and I never paid much attention to it. And I just started flicking through it, and there's some very interesting. Shall we say 1 second now, and I just find something that will catch our eye. Right, so here. So it's literally like, so you have stormtrooper gear, and it literally gives you a list of general items they would have carried. So that's the First World War stormtrooper. Then if I look a bit more, you have a French one and it gives the time period, and it gives the changes and stuff like that. We're going to World War II here now. So Battle of Britain tactics, formations they used to fly and stuff like that. And it's a very, very good book. And there's the RAF, what the RAF pilot would have carried. And for a book that it's made by DK and DK www.dk.com, it's a very good reference book, and it sort of slipped through the cracks on me. I've never heard people recommending it. And then when you look at the other side of it, the weapons part of it, it's like you've different cartridges, different calibers of cartridges from 1900 up until present day. You've African shields, what to look for if you're collecting African shields and things like that. You have the modern world here, so it literally like AK-47, how it was developed, things like more African edged weapons, So yeah, so it's a very good reference book. So here we go as well. So you have like self-loading pistols, 1920 to 1950. So this is the back, the Browning automatic pistol. You have a Beretta that looks like a 1911. It's not actually. It's a CZ. Um, then the different type of Makarovs, different Russian pistols. But it's a fantastic book. But they're both fantastic books. Um, and I never heard of them before. I never heard of, like, John. Some guys would tell you, "Oh, look at uh, the Tommy Atkins book for World War Two or for World War One and stuff like that." I've never heard guys actually recommending those books as reference books, which is very good. They're very. I found them very good. Wipers also covered. Where have we gone? Hello, I'm back. Hello, Dutchy. Wipers also covered the blokes killed. These paperbacks were in Poland too, called. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, Jim. They are not rare, but very interesting. Oh, you're talking about those the party books, the Communist Party books. Yeah. I need to find somebody that's Russian or that can speak Russian to try and translate them for me. Looks like great reference books. Yeah, they are. They're fantastic reference books. Infantryman, hello, how are you? That's a good book, but the books of Angola, yeah, the Osprey books are fantastic as well. I have a lot of Osprey books. Like we've said it before on live streams and we've talked about it multiple times. Like the reference books are the only way to go. Um, you need an awful lot of reference books. Uh, you're always learning something, and the day you're not learning something is the day that you make mistakes. Um, I won't say make mistakes, but you don't appreciate knowledge as much as you should. So yeah, so I just wanted to show people those because actually they're fantastic books. Um, I really like flicking through them there now the other day, and I did learn a bit of information off them. Do you also own a real? No, I don't. I don't own that book, and I'm not going to mention that book because I believe it's actually on the YouTube list, but I don't own that book. I've never read that book. The actual political side of the war and the radicalization of stuff like that, I never got into it. Well, like I do find the SS interesting now. Don't shoot the messenger, but I find them interesting in the fact that you can have so many guys without literally brainwashed, radicalized, whatever way you want to say it, into complete actual machines that did not care about dying, did not care about killing, did not care about anything. And people go, "Oh, the SS weren't all bad." I'm just saying, possibly the SS weren't all bad, but it has been documented and factually proven that they did carry out an awful lot of war crimes during the war. And then again, people are going to argue, but war crimes are only done by the victor. Yes, I understand that as well. Navalmilitarypress.com, based in the UK, are having a sale on books at the moment. Lots of interesting stuff. Must look them up. They're actually a very good source of information as well in relation to books. If any of you don't know of them, navalmilitarypress.com. Yeah. Always beware people filling in of paybook. Genius of mine had his DDR military papers filled in with his weapons of Pistol M and atomic bomb by a family member. Trust no one. Yeah, no, I just think it's nicer to have something in them. I have Jane's book on gun. Great guide. Yeah, there's some savage books out there, some fantastic books out there. Yes, they were unpleasant people. Not far off. Traffic wardens. Yeah, traffic wardens are lethal. Just something I think they're actually one step the SS, like I'd actually, the SS, they're crooks, whereas with the traffic wardens, all smiley, smiley to your face, and then they're writing out tickets behind your back. Now, I possibly showed this before, seeing as we're talking about reference books, I'll show it again. This is a fantastic. There's one of these that I have ordered that I'm waiting to get it, hopefully, for British World War II. There's one for the home front as well, all by the same author, all by the same person. It's Peter Doyle is the author. They are fantastic reference books. This is the First World War one. Tommy's War, British military memorabilia. They're fantastic books to get your hands on, guys. If you're starting off in the collection, starting off collecting, or if you're starting off reenacting or anything like that, get one of those books. A lot of the officers were certified insane, specially recruited by Himmler and Heinrich as elite troops. The mad blokes as to what the interview questions were. Oh God, I personally myself, there was a documentary, was it done a few years ago about BBC did it about Auschwitz-Birkenau, and they interviewed guards and they interviewed prisoners and they interviewed one guy was actually brought up on charges after this documentary, and how the guards literally coped was they were drunk 24/7 nearly, and they were stealing everything and anything. There were a bunch of misfits, and it was a very, very good documentary. Auschwitz-Birkenau, I think it was called. It was a BBC documentary. I think it's actually on Netflix. If you go, well, it's on the Irish Netflix. If you go look it up, very good documentary. It's about 6 or 7 parts in it, and it's one of these. It's not an actual documentary. It's a, what do they call them? Where they have actors playing the actual documentary as well. Can't think of, there is a special name on it, but I can't think of it at the moment. The best World War II book is the Eastern Front Sniper book about. Written by there are, but Audie Murphy's book, The Hell and Back. There's loads of. Then when you go to World War II, you have The Old Breed of Peleliu by Eugene Sledge. Helmet for My Pillow was the other chap. Oh God, I can't think of his name. They were the two Pacific Theatre reference books, shall we say, that the actual TV series The Pacific was based on. The Band of Brothers books, there's a fortune of those out at the moment. They're all very good as well. Do you like Met was probably the question. Yeah. I really don't know how you could even have questioned all those people. Happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday. Docodrama. That's the word I'm looking for. Ralph, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a fantastic series. And then I was at home by myself for a few days, and I watched that documentary back to back. I nearly had a marathon on it. And then I watched another documentary about, he was a Ukrainian and he had immigrated to the States, and it turned out they tried to say that he was Ivan the Terrible from Sobibor. I think it was Sobibor was a concentration camp that he was supposed to have been in, and they couldn't get him on that one. They actually turned out that it wasn't him, that the Russians had captured the guy that they thought he was, but they did find out he was in a different camp, and they tried him as well for war crimes. I think he actually went to Israel. I think the Israelis actually, I don't know, they kidnapped him or they managed to get him somehow out to Israel, and they tried him for war crimes. And yes, guys, I know people have been emailing me. I want to see the Israeli beret collection. A few lives ago, I happened to mention it. I actually do have a complete as far as I know, every unit in the Israeli army's beret. I do have them, from the Golani Brigade to the paratroopers to even the newer joint brigades for male and female. I have all those berets. I will dig them out of the attic, and I will go through them on a video for you. I know people seems to have interest in them, so we will talk about them. I saw that Sobibor documentary based on the Sea Justice, and the bloke was innocent. Yeah, there's a few of them. The German Derek played XSS Totenkopf Regiment, the lead role. Okay, I didn't know that one now. Must look up that as well. I do friggin' no notebook and pen. I had a notebook and a pen last week for all the stuff that you were throwing at me to watch. I know I forgot it again. I have a pen. I just have no notebook. Oh yeah, we'll get around to it again. There was something else that I came across during the week while I was cleaning out stuff, because I wanted to show you, and I can't remember what it was. And it was something that I found very interesting. Ah, yes. Any of you know what that is? It is a fuse for a demolition charge. And somebody was asking me about for a kids program here. Actually, they're making or a kids school group. They're doing a documentary, or not a documentary, school type project, documentary type thing, whereas they want to do a bit on D-Day for their school project for the year. So they asked me to make them a satchel charge, or a representation, I should say, of a satchel charge. Not actually a bloody real satchel charge, because these are 10-year-olds. So that's what that is. So I found that during the week. I knew I had two of them. So what would happen is, if you remember, was it Saving Private Ryan? It looks like literally a bag. It's a bag. It's a bag with a strap on it. That's hanging over the side of it. It's going, the death cord in the middle of it, to a big explosive. You literally pull this. I think of 8 seconds. You pull that. That starts to burn. Goes down along your cable into your explosives, to your detonating cap, and boom. Right. But that's what that is. So I thought people might find that interesting, because I've seen these in shows, thrown in boxes, and people don't know what they are. So there you go. Full of Comp B. Yeah, exactly. Use the back of your hand. Where are we going? Use the back of your hand is for your notebook. Yeah, I need to use my arm as well, though, with some of the suggestions you give me here. Some. Does it take an acid vial? No, it doesn't take an acid vial. Jake, you still around there? Jake, somebody did one of the guys in England, one of the World War II reenactors that has a YouTube. He has an SOE collection, and he actually has. I'm trying to remember, is it Jake, or is it, who was it that has it? They've actually got the proper satchel charges, or the proper fuses that you crack in the middle, with a special pliers to set off things. I can't remember who it was. What they used in Windtalkers, and Hellas. I'm back. Your connection was unserviceable. Okay, I'm back. Whew. So where's the percussion guy? Right, so literally, right. So if I show you how these works. Right, now this has melted into it. So you literally unscrew the back bit here, right? This bit in here is your percussion cap, this plastic bit. Now I don't have a Leatherman, but I don't have a way to try and get this out to show you. 1 second now, guys. So, I get it out. Yeah, so there we go. So there's the percussion cap in there. Alright. And then you have a pin in there. Alright. So that goes in there. Push that in. Get your cap. Screw this back on. So when you push this back, shoots forward, hits the pin goes forward, hits the percussion cap starts to burn all the way along to your detonator on your whatever you want to use, and then that goes bang, and then your breech is clear. Shouldn't be really saying how to do this on YouTube, but oh well. What color of the vial gives it's the label? Yeah, the color. Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but he had like the green one, the red one, the other one. And they all get what size boot are you, John? I know who you mean about the SOE kit, but the name eludes me. I am a size 6.5 or 7. I have a small foot, guys, and it's not true what they say. So don't start. Yeah, I have a 6.5 or a 7 size boot. So there you go. You all know my boot size now. Yeah, I have an SOE catalog with all of those devices in. Great reference book. When things get back to normal, which country do you want to go to? Oh, that's a very good question. What was it also used in the Battle of Arnhem? They were used everywhere. Those satchel charges were used everywhere. Where would I like to go when things get back to normal? I probably want to go back to France. I want to go back to France and do the D-Day, the museums and stuff like that again. I would like to try and get over a bit more onto the Eastern Front, Russia, things like that. But I have an awful lot of guys: Simon Moore, Jake, David. There's a load of guys that want me to go to the UK to shows and stuff like that. So I'll try my best to get over there next year to a few shows. So yeah, that's my plan for next year when things sort themselves out and the plague goes away. I plan on going to try and get to a few shows in England. I had planned on going to War and Peace this year, but yeah, things have gone pear-shaped, and I don't even believe there's actually any show in Ireland going ahead at the moment. There's so much. We still have restrictions about big events and stuff like that. So yeah, where have we gone? It's a great catalog. Impact Mines used colored ones too. They did. Awesome. If you need a pair of boots, I can help you. I do, Jake. I do need a pair of boots. I'll give you. Actually, seeing there that you messaged me a while ago. So I'll get back to you, and we will have a chat later. I might actually video call you if that's okay. It's up to you. Your feet size can be added to the file. Yeah, exactly. I need a pair of jack boots as well for my DDR. My DDR East German stuff that seems to be coming out of the woodwork. Where have we gone? It's a book by IWM. Oh, okay, it's nice and Kenny. Sorry, Nick. Welcome, Nick. How are you? There's no panic. We're here. It's only 9 o'clock. We'll probably give it another half an hour. You have 2 feet. I do have 2 feet. I know Steam Storeroom is at show in Yorkshire. I've Dave has asked me to shows. Andrew has asked me to shows. I want to go over and talk. I want to go over like Simon. I've done some savage stuff with Simon, and Simon is a nice guy and he's a good friend. Simon Moore. If any of you don't know who he is, I want to sit down and have a cup of tea with him. That man as well. Jake, obviously, sit down, have a cup of tea with a natter, and probably get absolutely drunk on whiskey or something. But yeah, as you do with these things. Where have we gone? Happy for that. Can't do jack boots, but I can spray paint a pair of wellies. Yeah, so it sounds like I actually have spray paint all over the place down here on the floor at the minute. Office quality boots can be project. Oh, actually, give me, I've one more project left to do, and that's that Brody helmet. Now, I am still at the moment trying to find parts for my Vietnam APH5 helmet. So that's another project I have in the line. But if anyone else have any projects that they want to see me do? Rifleman Moore is a fine chap. Yeah, Rifleman Moore is Simon Moore, if any of you don't know who he is. Dead on guy, sound guy, very knowledgeable. Go check out his channel. Military Collectibles, who's floating around there as well. Dead on chap, nice guy. Go check out his channel. Jake, go check out his channel. Military Man is there somewhere as well. He has a good channel. Go check him out. Stan isn't around today, so go check him out if he's around. Jim has a military or a channel. Go check him out as well. He does jackets and stuff and things like that. Where have we gone now? I've been shopping some NVA field uniform. Oh, Kenny. Oh, Kenny, you're falling into the dark side. Like I literally said, okay, I'm gonna, because I'm getting bits and bobs from everywhere. So I said, I was going to concentrate on the First World War, Second World War, Vietnam, and Op Banner. Right. That was it. Now I have guys, after getting my interest in the Rhodesian conflict, in East German Cold War stuff, friggin' Korea. You're killing me, lads. You're killing me. Well, you're not killing me. You're killing my wallet. Yeah. So there we go. Jim, what's your channel called? Jim Timber, I think, is actually his channel's name. Stan is working at past early in the morning tomorrow, which is why he's not here. Yeah, I know. I was chatting to him during the week. I stickish to Cold War. Yeah, so I was chatting to him during the week, and he said he wouldn't be around tonight. So we're back to, actually, Jim. Did I show you that last week? We're back to Friday night, 8 o'clock next week, guys. It was a once off this week because I had to do with changes of work schedules and stuff like that. The American World War II material was also cool. Yes, guys have been asking me as well to put an American World War II impression together. So I'll probably be doing that now as well. Yeah. If Nick is around as well there. Nick is the chap that is actually joining. I think it's Nick. Nick is joining up, and he is kindly giving me some of his stuff to do videos on. Welcome to the Republic, Kenny. Rebel, you can check out any time, but never leave. Jim Timber 2 is my channel, Kenny. Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, so that's it. So I think I've mentioned everyone that has a channel. Jake, if he's still floating around, lads, if any of you are into World War II stuff, if you've just tuned in, did I can't think of the chap's name. There's a chap, he's on TikTok. I don't do TikTok. Well, I don't post videos on TikTok. He is a reenactor, has his own little shop and stuff like that, and he puts together these 24-hour ration packs. Steve Davis, that's the lad's name. Jake reviewed one of his 24-hour ration packs, and it looks cool, and it looked very well put together. And another one of Simon's friends, oh god, his name is going to go out of my head now just when I thought of him. He does not. Simon has a video on his channel in relation to the 24-hour ration packs. Oh, I had his name again. It went. Friend of Simon's did an awful lot of research into the 24-hour ration packs as well. I can't think of his name. His name's gone out of my head. But yeah. Ramsey. There we go. Ramsey Green. Jake, you're a saviour today. Thanks very much. Dave knows him as well there, actually. Ramsey. Yeah. So, I think I'll put on my Bobby's helmet because they're known for not well, it's not a Bobby's helmet, it's actually an RUC helmet. I need to. Should we do like Stan does and just sits in his shed and wears his tunic and has his DDRT? Maybe I could just be wearing different types of hats. There's a video actually on this as well up on the channel if any of you want to go have a look at it. Oh, so guys, we're on an hour. Normally at the hour mark, I let the floor loose to you, whereas you can just bombard me with any type of questions in relation to my previous history, in relation to Irish history, in relation to things that I would like to see coming up. Anything at all. That's a top drinking. That's a top drinking Stan Cave, yeah. Do you collect a lot of police stuff? No. The only police stuff I collect is from Northern Ireland Troubles in relation to the RUC police force that were in the north at the time of Banner. That's the only police force I collect. And I have, yeah, that's it. RIC, sorry, there's two police forces I collect. Royal Irish Constabulary and Royal Ulster Constabulary. The Royal Irish Constabulary were the police force that was in Ireland during the time of the War of Independence and the 1916 Rising and stuff like that. I have one or two articles from their stuff, and the rest is RUC, Royal Ulster Constabulary. Hope that answers your question, Kenny. Anyone else there know the question or a brainstorm or anything like that, and I will try and answer it. If not, I'll look up the answers. Sorry there, I'm just checking something. Yeah. So yeah, no, Northern. I actually started collecting. Will NATO and U.S. military leave behind many vehicles in a? They've left a crap ton of it, and the Taliban have got their hands on it. There's a video has emerged today of a supposed Afghan army guy landing a helicopter and a load of Taliban lads jumping into the back of it and he taking them off on a spin. The only police item I have is an Ipswich Town Football Club enamel badge. The horse in the badge has a police hat on it. Yeah, that's the only police stuff that I have anyway. The rest is all military. Well, military police. I have some military police stuff. Does that count? But everything else is military. Yeah. Love to do a collab on that banner. I'm hoping to do a few videos interviewing my father about his tours in the province, of which there were 5. Yeah, no hassle, Jack. Jake, we can talk about it. I served on the banner or on the border, on the other side of the border for a period, but I don't know how much I can tell you about my time when I was on the border. But yeah, no hassle. We can sit down and we can have a chat. A cup of tea, a coffee. Actually, you're probably a tea man. Are you a tea man or a coffee man? But yeah. So we have an hour and 33 minutes, guys. So we're going to give it till 9:30, which we normally do anyway. And we will talk randomly about everything and anything. But in relation to that question about the Americans and the Allies leaving crap ton of equipment all over Afghanistan, they walked out of Kandahar Air Base with nothing and left a load of jeeps and tanks and armoured cars and the whole bloody lot handed over to the Taliban straight away. If it's not hot, I'm drinking it. Yeah. My granddad used to smuggle sheep across the border. Yeah, sheep was a common one. Butter was a common one. Whiskey was a common one. Diesel was a common one. A lot of diesel when I was up there. We used to be coming across guys smuggling diesel. It was cheaper to buy it on the north, and it was cheaper to buy. It was butter. Excuse me, Jesus, where that coming up? Butter was cheaper on our side, so the boys would bring it across and they'd sell it. Cigarettes was another one that was a common one that was getting smuggled back and forth. There was lots and lots of smuggling going on. The Afghans will steal everything. It will, if limited use in the long run. It will have use. It will limited use in the long run. Yeah, but they've left so much of it there that they can nearly have a never-ending supply of parts for stuff that breaks down. It's ridiculous that the Taliban is now racing around in Humvees. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, and I do feel sorry for guys that went over there and lost their legs, lost their arms, lost their sight. Guys that have lost friends over there because they're thinking about it now, going, "What was the bloody point in going over there?" I'm sure they are, because I would be thinking that. Whenever he wrote home, he always put "free air" on envelope. um, you'll see there's inside jokes as well. Is you'll see guys with tattoos on their arms, and they'll have 26 plus 6 equals 1, and it means 26 counties plus 6 counties equals 1 country. That's a common tattoo you will see guys up around there having. Saoirse as well. You'll see it down along their forearm, Saoirse, which is Gaelic for freedom. You see that on Thai guys as well. Trying to think, swallows on their hands here. That's a common UFF one with swallows. See guys with swallow tattoos. I don't know why swallows. I think it's a sign of freedom or something like that. I'm not sure. But look, we'll forget about it. The struggle in Afghanistan was like the war in Vietnam. Yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy. I was watching there on Sky News or one of them there today, and it's literally they have pictures of them helicopters going onto the embassy in Kandahar, not in Kandahar, in Kabul, evacuating people, and it's you could nearly mirror image the same picture from Vietnam. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. It has literally turned out to be a second Vietnam for the Americans now at the minute. Like, you only rent locally in Afghanistan or down south, as the Soviets called it. Yeah, I feel so sad, and I feel so sorry for some of the guys that were there, because I would be I'd be furious right now. If any of your ex-soldiers there, like, I mean, it just feels personally for me, and I was never there, but I feel so bad for some of the guys. I genuinely do. I genuinely feel sorry for them. Toyota sponsored the Taliban for vehicles. Nissan as well, I believe. They have them as well. Swallows are a tat on your hand. Is a prison tat. Oh, okay. You hear a lot about the Irish Army's bull's wool uniform. Do you have any examples? I do have some bull's wool example. I do actually have it. I'll drag it out for you to see it. It's horrible. I don't know how they used to wear it. It's the same cut as the British service dress, but the wool it's made of is like friggin'. Remember steel wool? Do you ever remember the steel wool and you'd rip pieces off it to be polishing and metalwork and stuff like that? That's what it feels like. It's horrible. Tayo flatbed feature a lot. They do actually. They do. Kenny, no, the Dutch cabinet did that in Syria. Yeah. Teardrop on the eyes killed a man. I don't know. That's an American thing, I believe, that tattoo. If somebody has a tattoo on their teardrop of a tattoo on their eye, it means they've killed someone. Anyone have any source for first field dressings? What one you want? Do you want that one? Do you want that one? Or do you want that one? What type are you looking for? Give me an email. I have a rake of them. If you want one, I can give it to you. I'll send it over to you. What about those early woolen British Army shirts? The greybacks. I actually thought I when I did reenacting, there's two types of greybacks, guys. For those of you that want to get battered here with information, the greyback you'll see a greyback with on the collar of it has like two stripes. That's the earlier version. Then you have the greyback that has a white collar. That's the later version. And if you have, or if you're seen wearing a greyback with the two stripes on it, because it was the earlier version, it meant you were a professional soldier or an old contemptible, and it was like a badge of honor to have that greyback shirt. But I found them comfortable when I did reenacting of the First World War. I thought they were very comfortable actually. Where have we gone? Isn't postal tear? I don't know what you mean, Kenny. Thank you. We'll do a swap. Yeah, give me an email. And we'll swap you one. What one? I don't know what dates I have on these. That's 2010 one. No date on that one. Oh, date. It's a 2008 one. And that one is 2011. So yeah, there you go. Is bull's wool Irish body armor if it's made from steel wool? Yeah, the Irish. We came late to the body armor side of things. We didn't start wearing body armor nearly until late 90s. Even in Lebanon, when I was there, we had just flak jackets. Very few lads had body armor with ballistic plates on them. Separate fighter 2 is often seen on US Marines. It is actually seen on US Marines a lot. Just got in a sawback Pioneer Artillery 1875 Martini Henry bayonet, a World War One German M 9998 all steel bayonets and a 1856 British bayonet for young people. That's fantastic, military collectibles. I can't wait till I start seeing videos on those now. That is there's some nice bits there now coming in up. Hopefully they'll be up soon. Can hide date with tape when I put it on my web. Yeah, no panic. There's no hassle. I'll send you whatever one you want. No regrets is another tattoo. Yeah. No surrender actually as well for UFF. You see that as well. Still being issued Hairy Mary shirts in the RAF. Oh my God! I have a few Hairy Marys. For our banner stuff. David Good Kills. SS men have a blood group tattoo under their right arm. Yeah, it was actually just in their armpit, just here. What's his name? The commandant of Auschwitz never actually got the tattoo, so that's why it took him so long to actually find him. I remember electric shaving the inside of my dress shirt. Yeah, we used to get when the Mac 3s first came out, because it was like 3 or 4 blades in it, or there was 3 blades in the Mac 3. We used to use them for shaving blankets, jackets, collars, everything. They were all used. Yeah, so that's it. We used to shave the crap out of everything with our razors. So that's the crack anyway, guys. Still being issued Hairy Mary shirts in the order. Police dog handler in the 90s. Oh, I don't know how you'd wear the Hairy Marys. I've worn Hairy Marys for reenactment and stuff, and no thank you. The lightweights, I like wearing the lightweights though. They're nice. They are nice. Remington must have been unfortunate for those shirts. Yeah, and at the time when I first went into the military or into the army here in Ireland, I don't actually have it. Do I have it here, or is it this is my first war one, so that needs a bit more finishing. I But my World War II one actually has my the safety razor. I was actually issued a plastic one of those when I first went into the army. You have to twist the handle off it, put a Stanley blade into it. They were the razors we were actually issued. And we used to get issued singlets Jim one of, which was literally a wife beater. Just this horrible brown singlet, a pair of white cotton board shorts because they used to come down to our knees, and a pair of black plimsolls, and that was our gym gear. It used to murder you. Your feet would be in bits after it. I got caught on the cliffs at RAF by an RAF dog handler. He was really cool though. Oh, okay. Royal Ulster Rifle soldiers were buried in the Dutch city of Vannes. Tank battle took place there in 1944. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Royal. I know they were used for D-Day. They fought from D-Day right up into Caen, and I think they got a respite then after that for a while, and then they were used at Arnhem on the land. I don't think the airborne side of it was used at Arnhem, but the rest of them were used as ground soldiers for the advance with the artillery. And their war finished on Germany. In Germany, where did it finish in Germany? I can't remember where it finished in Germany. If any of you have any good reference books or good unit history on the Royal Ulster Rifles, can you please let me know? Because I'm trying to. Their unit history is very sparse. I can find stuff on Korea. I can find one documentary on them, and that's about it. So, all right, guys, it is 9:20, so we're going to give it another 10 minutes. So if any of you have any more questions, queries, or information that you want to throw at me, let me know, and I will try and answer it as quick as possible for the last 10 minutes. If not, we can sign off a bit early. There's no hassle, there's no panic. Give you a few minutes there. I'm actually partially thirsty. My mouth is dry. Right, so if no one has any questions or any queries, guys, we'll finish up. We'll log off. I will see you all on. Oh, hang on again. Do you collect many radios? The radios I have a 77 set, I have a Clansman, and I have a PRC6. I have a pocket phone for off banner, which is there. I don't know if you can see that in camera. There's just there, pocket phone. That's all the radio bits I have. Sorry, I have a Motorola radio from my RU Seaman. Dog handlers are a bit easier going than section police. I presume so. I try to stay away from military police no matter. If you go to the British National Archives, you can get copies of the regimental war diaries and possibly maps also for free. Okay, I must do that during the week. Perfect. Ralph, September, October 1944, Royal Ulster Rifles in the book Operation Anthony. Okay, definitely look up that one. What is your favorite weapon? It can be a spoon, but I hope it's a pistol or a rifle. My favorite weapon, historically, would be the. Okay, this is it. Right, Vietnam era. If I was a soldier in Vietnam, would be the SLR. Would have been my choice weapon. I love the SLR. If I was a soldier in the Second World War, and if I had my choice, would be the M1 Garand, because it was way ahead of its time in relation to being semi-automatic. But if I was in the British Army, I would probably have to have joined the Commandos, the paratroopers, something like that, because I would have wanted Thompson. And then for later in my professional capability when I was in the military, there can't beat the good old Austrian Steyr. that thing is unbreakable. It is one of the best guns I have ever used in my life. Where else have we gone? Warbricks. Hello, you're late to the party. We're nearly gone again. National Archives website. Perfect. I'll look that up now in a while, Jack. Or Jake. Why do I keep calling you Jack? Was just trying to pick at the bloodhound missiles. Military police stay away from each other. They do stay away from each other. Nick, true. Do you ever fire guns? Do I ever fire guns? Yes, I have fired guns. I do go hunting from time to time. Yeah, so that's it. World War Bricks, you're going to have to watch the replay tomorrow because we're going to be logging out here now soon. Guys, thanks very much for the support, for the subscriptions, for coming to the live streams. It really, really helps. As always, I said, if you want to get in contact with the channel, the video is always on top of the video description. If you want to email me in relation to information, if you see something behind me, or if you see something that you would like to see done, or if you're looking for information about something or whatever, we will put it up. We are back on Friday. World War Bricks. Sorry, I forgot it wasn't. It went Friday anymore. We are back on Friday. Today was just a change from my work schedule, so we had to change the live stream. If I'm ever changing, the live stream will always be Friday at 8 o'clock, and unless it is changing, unless for whatever reasons, family reasons or work reasons, I will put up like a premiere type thing that I put up just to let you know that but always Friday 8 o'clock live stream. Okay, cheers to everyone. All the best wishes to you. Yeah, so as I was saying, email me, like, guys, comment on my videos, whatever. I plan on trying to get more uploads done per week. At the moment, I'm only doing one along with the live stream. I plan on trying to get it up to 2. So there we go. Always comment on a video. Tell your friends if they're interested in military history or whatever. They might like to subscribe. If they don't, fair enough, I don't care. If you do have something wrong with the channel, or if you think that I can improve something, give me an email, let me know, because that's how the channel grows. So guys, I will let you all go. I will have a good one. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all next Friday, 8 o'clock live stream. Have a good night.